Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Auto Repairs. Today we're going to be working on this 2012 Nissan Titan, and we're going to be taking a look at the PCM. Yeah, it has a check engine light on it. Now the customer's been dealing with a fueling issue for a while. It just got towed in. It's on my lift now. We're going to figure it out. So first things first, let's scan the codes and see what we got. Let's get started. Well, hey there. It's so nice of you to join me. I'm really backlit, so I'm going to lean forward a little bit. But here we are. I just turned the key on. We're on the inside. I have our tiny scan tool hooked up just to do it real quick, see what we got, and maybe I could figure it out just by looking at the codes. So wait, what I'm doing now is I'm scanning, you know, for the codes, the DTCs, and I'm going to show you what I got here. P0101. That might be backwards for you, I'm not sure. So mass airflow, mass or volume airflow, A circuit range. So circuit A, circuit range. So what this is telling me is the mass airflow sensor, which has 4 wires running to it, I think, maybe 5. The sensor circuit going to the PCM that is the maximum parameter, I would assume, is the circuit that's going to the PCM is reading that it's the highest it can go. So that would affect the fuel system. Absolutely, it's going to change the fuel strategy of the entire vehicle because it thinks it's getting more air or more volume of air, and it's going to compensate by adjusting appropriately with the fuel. Even though that's not actually what's going on, this car thinks that's what's going on. So let's get to the bottom of it. Let's look at the mass airflow sensor. Just finished scanning it. Shut the door now, walking to the front, and the mass airflow sensor, or mass volume air sensor, whatever you want to call it, is right there, center of the screen, in the air tube. So just two bolts hold it on, and they look like they're Torx head. And I'm gonna pull it out, and we're gonna take a look at it. Before I pull it out, stop, reverse, I'm gonna see if the air filter is extremely dirty. If it is, or it's been replaced recently, I'm going to assume that the mass airflow sensor has dirt all over it, which will affect the sensor. So, let's take a look. Alright, so there's just the 2 clips on the far side, and then you're going to want to pick up on it and then slide it up out of its spot down there where it hooks in. I almost just fell, busted my teeth, have to go to the dentist, I'm joking. So this right here, I wouldn't exactly say is the worst air filter as far as quality goes. It's not very dirty, but it's wet. You could see that it's wet. I mean, it is dirty, but it feels damp. I'm just making a note of that. I'll set it off to the side for now, and then next we're gonna take a look at our mass airflow sensor. So I'm going to press down on the tab here on it and then just slide off. It's cold, and when it's cold and you take connectors off like that, it hurts your fingers. I just hurt my fingers. I thought you should know. Okay, let's take it off. So apparently I was wrong on the bolts. They're not Torx. They're actually Phillips or cross tip. So I'm gonna get up here now and take it out. Just take the 2 screws loose and then set them off to the side in my pocket. Better spot would be a magnet tray. It's always good to have a spot. If you're doing this from home, a coffee can works, especially if you're going to be doing more than a mass airflow sensor. Or my favorite spot, which I probably won't do, but once you get it out, put it right back in the holes you took them from. That's pretty nifty advice right there. And you know, I'm sure you know what happened to that bolt, what happened to that screw, what happened to that nut. Sometimes parts disappear and reappear. So take the necessary precautions to avoid that. And this looks like a brand new mass airflow sensor. I could be wrong, but it looks pretty new to me. Let's get you a better look at that. Oh, don't worry, here I come. Pretty shiny. The back plastic doesn't even look worn. This is a 2012 too, so I could be fooled here. But I was hoping to see something more severe. Now, it's really hard to see, but through those holes there's a heating element, and it has a specific amount of resistance to it. And as air goes by it, it cools it off and changes the value. That's how the computer can measure air volume or air mass, which is a calculation. So, anyway, well, there goes that. So a little bit ago, I was feeling a little bit down on myself. Got to the mass airflow sensor, thinking I would see an obvious fault. Then all of a sudden, I was starting to doubt myself. I was doubting that it was the mass airflow sensor at all. However, there's a reason why I believe I'm one of the best mechanics on the North Pacific coast here. So upon further inspection, I found a dead bug deep inside the mass airflow sensor, which had fried on the furthest enclosed circuit that the air would blow by. So it looks like a tick to me. I'm going to try my best to show you what I see. Alright. Really proud of this, by the way. This would be a big stumper. Yeah. It was for him. He got it towed in. So check this out. Here we are at my messy toolbox, but more importantly, here we are at the fault. Deep down inside of there. See that wire going across? You're supposed to see that wire completely. I believe that is a tick. It's hard to see it. Hopefully I can get it out and show you a little bit better after I get a new one ordered and stuff, but this one's gonna be fixed real quick. So I'm gonna go get a part coming. Hopefully I can clean this. If I can clean this and it still works and put it back together, I'll come out looking like a hero, but I'm getting a new one ordered. I could always send it back just in case this is a definite fault. It's better to get it coming.
Here we are. Got the mass airflow sensor. I've got a pick from Mac Tools here, straight pick, and I'm gonna pick the tick out of the mass airflow sensor. And there you are. There you are, way up there, okay. There we go. A bunch of pieces just fell out. I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. Good. No more tick. Tick free. Alright, here. This is what was in the mass airflow sensor. It fell in 3 pieces, so yeah, I'll just show you.
So now you might be like, so now you got it clean. Yeah, good job. Now what? Now it's time to reinstall it. You can spray it out with air intake cleaner. It depends on the brand, and I wouldn't use something heavy duty on it. I mean, it's all discretionary. It's up to you. But do not spray it with shop air. It could damage it. I'm gonna reinstall it like it is. Now we have the bug out, the tick, and we'll see how it runs. I'll clear the codes too and start it up and see if the codes come back on. See if it even starts, because it wouldn't start earlier. Remember, it got towed in. Okay, here we go. Now what we gotta do is we gotta reinstall the mass airflow sensor. I think you get that by now, that this is the next step. At least I hope so. Yeah. Kidding. So, after this I also need to install the air filter. And I don't have a new one for it yet. I'd like to get a new one for it. And maybe take a look at why rain is getting up there so bad. We've had a lot of rain here on the coast of Oregon. Oh, for about ever, but particularly the past 2 weeks, we've gotten quite a bit of rain. In fact, it rained so much recently that some of the dikes started flooding just a little bit up and over the road in certain areas. All right, we're plugged in. I gotta get the air filter wherever I put that. I didn't put it back. Okay, I'll get the air filter. Oh, and we're back. I have the air filter. I put it on a chair. Let's see, it's been in there like that. It's dirty on that side. Let's put it in here like this. Come on, you. You're just an air filter. You're just an air filter. You're not hard to install. Just get back where you belong. Oh, I'm putting it in wrong. Derp. There we go. Get it lined up in its holes. Oh, I'm sliding. I'm standing on 2 milk crates. There we go. 1 clip, 2 clips. Sweet. Let's go see if we can get the check engine light to come back on. So now we're gonna go ahead and start it and see what happens. Just like that, we fixed this truck. However, there's an ABS light on, a traction control light on, and another indicator with an exclamation point on. Every manufacturer is different, so sometimes one thing could mean something common. I don't think that's a check engine light though. I think that's a typical warning indicator. We're gonna scan for codes. We have no confirmed codes. Awesome. Pending codes. We have no codes pending. That's great. Permanent codes. Inside the memory of the PCM, this is a permanent code. However, this vehicle would not run. It was towed into the shop because it wouldn't run longer than 5 seconds, according to the customer. So as far as this Nissan Titan's concerned, it's done. It does have a permanent code in it that I'm a little concerned about. I think what I'll end up doing is ordering a new mass airflow sensor just to have on hand. And then from there, I'm actually going to drive this across the street to our other shop where we have a more advanced scan tool. And we're going to get into it, see what the other codes are for the ABS and the traction control, see what's going on there, and look into the mass airflow sensor code a little bit more, possibly read about it on ShopKey, or we don't have all data, but we used to. Look around, see if this is a confirmed fix, and that's it. I mean, pretty much you could drive this right now. It's fine outside of we have a permanent code, but the check engine light is not on. I'll show you that just to make sure. But here we go. I'll show you right now. Welcome to the inside of the truck. Safety first, put on your seatbelt. Right? So, I'm just starting the vehicle, and I'm gonna show you what the dash looks like right now. What's cool is right now that exclamation point, that triangle with the exclamation point above the digital readout, it's not on, and it was on earlier, but we have an ABS and traction control light on to the right of the speedometer. gonna cruise this one across the street and we're gonna scan it. We'll see what's going on. Beep, beep, beep. If I go a little bit more, are you still beeping? Is there something behind me? There's nothing behind me. Why are you lying? I know it's tight getting out of here, but you are very, very sensitive. Holy cow. We're close. We're like 2-3 feet on each side. I'm not even like 8 feet from that box over there. What are you talking about? Yeah, we're getting close now. Alright. Here we go. Into the main shop. Oh boy, it's dark video. Should get some night vision. Look like Paris Hilton in that one video that she has up online. Stupid, I know. Alright, here we go. We're here. Yeah, probably. This could have been an expensive repair for him had he not come and saw me to get this fixed for him. I can't believe it was a tick. I mean, you would think fuel filter, maybe fuel pump. God, the list goes on. Ignition problems, PCM fault. I mean, you could have chased this for so long. I mean, because the mass airflow sensor circuitry, the main power, is tied in with like everything, fuel injectors and everything. I'm not sure if it's like that on this, but most vehicles it is. So I'm really, really happy I found that. It's so weird. I always get these weird problems, like things. And you know what? I'm really glad that you could be here to see them. So here's an outro I wouldn't normally do, but if you like the video, go ahead and show me. Leave a like, leave a comment, especially if you enjoyed it. I love reading your comments. And most of all, thank you for watching. And this was another episode of Auto Repairs.